Now, do you know roots of unity? As part of the Mastering Complex Number series, we're going to introduce some facts about roots of unity. All right. Of course, in this diagram, that's seventh roots of unity. Now, in general, for nth roots of unity, we're talking about the complex number satisfy this equation here. That is, any z that satisfy z to the nth power equal to 1. Now, some basic properties is that there are exactly n distinct nth roots of unity. And the nth roots of unity are evenly distributed on the unit circle in the complex plane. We can explain that later. Now, this example, right? When n equals 7, the first one, of course, is always 1. And then this one, if we equate omega, then the following one is going to be omega squared, omega to the third, to the fourth, to the fifth, to the sixth, and eventually to the 1. Notice that omega to the seventh equal to 1. You notice that the other roots are the powers of the first one. The first one we call it principal nth root of unity. In the geometric interpretation, the nth roots of unity in the complex plane are the vertices of a regular n-polygon, n-sided polygon, right, inscribed in the unit circle. So this is again for n equals 7, right? This is the green one is a regular polygon here, all right? Okay, by the way, there's an interesting fact that for heptagon, which is n equals 7, is not constructible from ruler and compass, okay? The algebraic expression for nth root is actually, the k here is going to be from 0 to n minus 1, so we have k numbers here. Notice that this is 2 pi k over n, right? So the angle here is going to be 2 pi times some rational number here, k from 0 to n minus 1. The first one, earlier we said that that's the principal nth root of unity, and every other one is going to be the power of it, right? So that's important property. So sum of the roots of unity is going to add up to 0. How about the products of all the roots of unity? And that's going to be either 1 or negative 1, depending on n's even versus odd number, okay? So, and the actual argument could be based on the vertex formula for the equation and z to the n minus 1 equal to 0, right? So, and how about the powers of roots of unity? In roots, if you raise to the kth power, it's going to be another roots of unity, all right? So, in the geometry, and we know that when you multiply by a complex number corresponding to a combined operation of rotation and dilation, right? So since in particular multiplication by root of unity corresponding to rotation without dilation, because the modulus of the roots of unity is always 1, right? Consider the principal roots, right? So this means you're going to rotate whatever the quantity. If you multiply this number here, it's going to be rotated by the angle 2 pi over n. Keep doing that until n times you're going to have full circle, right? So that's why the nth roots of unity corresponding to vertices of regular n polygon, all right? So we mentioned earlier, yeah? So the reason for that has to do with how the multiplication of complex number corresponding to the rotation in geometric interpretation, right? So, and how about trigonometry, right? So actually the formula for the roots is based on the trigonometry here, right? So let's say by definition we say the nth roots of unity, and in trigonometric form we're going to express that as r cosine theta plus I sine theta, where r is actually the modulus and theta is the argument, right? So if you plug in the equation, you're going to have this. So which means r has to be 1 here, right? And then how about theta? Theta is going to be n theta is going to be multiple of 2 pi, right? So that's why, we derive the formula here using the trigonometry form of the complex number. There's a concept what is called the trigonometric numbers. Like for example, cosine 2 pi over 7 is considered what is called trigonometry numbers. And there's good connection between the roots of unity and trigonometry numbers. So by definition, an irrational number can be expressed as a sine or cosine of a rational multiple of pi in radians. That would be a trigonometric number. Also, the roots of unity is going to be cosine, kind of fraction number of pi, right? In this case, whenever the real or imaginary part of the nth roots of unity are irrational, then those are trigonometric numbers. Now, how about reciprocals? If you have n kind of roots of unity, what is the summation of reciprocals of those numbers? All right, that's an exercise. And how about the sum of powers? Now, earlier, of course, for any z, the sum of powers is going to be 0. All right, how do you prove that? And how about the sum of kth power? So if I have, n different roots from, the 1 is always one of the roots, and then omega 1, omega n minus 1, right? So what is the sum here? All right, that depends on the value of k. So this, again, left as an exercise. So now for those who are new to the channel, we do have a series on complex numbers with some interesting problems. Of course, this channel would cover some other interesting math problems or facts or related computer science subjects. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel.